Hi Libra, welcome to your March 2021 Tarot Scope. If you're interested in the astrology, it is linked below in an all signs video for the horoscopes for all signs of March 2021. This is the time the tide is turning, people. Things are about to improve for just about everybody. So why is that? Well, it's the astrology. Go take a look. But for now, let's have a little look in to see what the tarot has to say about your month of March, Libra. Full moon in your sign though, I'd recommend having a little look at the astrology. And oh, if you want to see these roses, I just realized you can't really see the roses. Oh, pink roses. I always think pink roses are kind of Libra, Taurus vibes maybe. My Venus is in Libra, so I think sometimes that comes through. So Libra, let's have a little look at the tarot. There's a big emphasis this month on love and partnerships, but there's as big an emphasis, if not more, on, yes, more, on your health, your routine, your well-being, because, you know, those things add up. Ah, Ace of Swords, I like it. Look at that. Victory, it says. See if you can see. Sometimes this camera actually turns things the wrong way around, so I'm not really sure what I'm getting. Sometimes it does it, sometimes and not others, so if it's flipped, I just want you to know that it says victory. The Ace of Swords is where you find some clarity in a decision, some clarity in confusion, you get some truth, but because it's an ace, sometimes there's also a new beginning. We have the King of Pentacles, which is trust, and this can represent a person in your life, a work colleague. It can represent an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, or it can represent you in your work relationships. Eight of Pentacles, achievement. Okay, so we have a few things coming up for you here, Libra. I actually kind of feel compelled to give you another card though. I've been doing three for the most part, but I want to give you one more. Aha, you got two. The Fool and the Empress. I love it. I love the Empress in any reading, but in yours in particular, there's kind of a focus on you, although Aquarius and Taurus energy is kind of popping out here, if you get my drift. Yeah. So that full moon in your sign is a fresh start for you in many ways. It's a fresh start for you in terms of how you feel about yourself, in terms of how you feel about your beauty, in terms of how you feel about your appearance, your personality, yourself. Just, it's the self. It's anything in the first house is known as I am. So what are you? There's a new beginning here for sure, and it's coming up for a lot of the signs, I have to say, but for you, what I'm seeing is that it's a new beginning in terms of you. So because we have a new moon in your sixth house with the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, if you start something in terms of health, in terms of habits, routines, it's going to be really blessed for you long term, either financially or aesthetically. So if you start around the middle of the month a new beauty routine, maybe you come across a holy grail kind of product that you use, maybe you start a Pilates class, or maybe you start a yoga class, or maybe you start a gym workout online. Anything that you start around this time is going to have huge benefits for you long term in health, aesthetics, or work. It's the effort and the service that you put forward is going to grow within the next 6 months, and it's going to be really beneficial to you by your season, which is September, October. Similarly, we have a closing off period this month with you where you're letting go of something to do with your vision of yourself, which coincides beautifully, I have to say, with that new moon, because the new moon is giving you these new goals, these new habits, and then you're letting something go in terms of self-perception, which is important because what you're letting go of is a false narrative, and it is potentially for you feeling a lack of trust in yourself and your abilities and your capabilities, or a lack of trust in your judgment. One of the things that I think you're giving up most of all, Libra, is a lack of faith in yourself and a lack of belief that you can do great things in career or financially, or that you can have something stable. So let's talk about that. There is a new beginning coming up here for you that is afresh with love, abundance, prosperity, and growth. This is a new beginning that is blessed. It's a new beginning you can look forward to. It's a new beginning where you can really get financially savvy, self-confident, self-love. And I think what many people don't understand, but you do intrinsically, is that you can have self-love and also days where you don't like yourself. It's the scales, things do balance. Rarely are people completely one-dimensional. You don't go through every single day feeling bad about yourself. There will be days where you feel good about yourself. Similarly, as if you feel good about yourself most of the time, there will still be days where you feel bad. And I just feel like something has been out of balance lately for you, potentially in terms of the trust you have in partnerships working out for you, because we're having that full moon opposite Chiron, and I'm just seeing for you there's a bit of a wound coming up in partnership, in love. And also in terms of the people you compete with, a lot of the time 7th house energy gets this overdoing of it's love, it's marriage, that kind of thing, partnership. It's partnership for sure. It's marriage, it's our contracts. It's actually also supposedly in astrology where we see our enemies, where people are obviously enemies. So with the Chiron being there, the enemies that we talk about in astrology oftentimes in the 12th house, for example, they're internal. In the 7th house, they're usually external, but it's where you know about it. Do you know what I mean? Enemies to your happiness. Maybe it's the job that you have is making you unhappy and you know about it. Or maybe it's someone in work, they're always cutting you down or they're taking your work or something like that. Because Chiron's there, you're being offered an opportunity to heal these wounds, but how you heal it is actually, ironically, more personal. With the Fool and the Empress, you let go of a perception you have about yourself, because a lot of Libras with the Empress here possess beauty, right? You possess a natural beauty, natural grace, natural charm. And for many Libras, since Chiron has been going through this chart, they've moved out of relationships, or they've encountered relationships that have really pushed them into a period of healing, of figuring some stuff out about themselves. And the main gift that seems to be coming to you this month as we approach the full moon in your sign is that you're actually ready to let go of this unworthy perception of yourself. You're ready to see your value, because the Empress is an energy that very much fits Venus, and Venus in all her beauty was someone who understood the magic in love, not just as something that we aspire to, but as something that we naturally possess. So you naturally possess this. And I think with the 8 of Pentacles and the trust card with the King of Pentacles, if you're looking to invest in your own business or focus on your career, again, the 13th of March is a fantastic time for you to start anything. 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 Especially in terms of your habits. Now, in romance, I do feel like a lot of you might have a very attractive suitor. Someone that's really attractive, conventionally so, or at least you think so. Someone who's very, potentially quite well off, someone who's quite driven, someone who's quite ambitious. You might have your partner might be taking on a new role in their life. They might be promoted. They might be taking on something like that. Or they might be dressing better, or they might be smelling better. Hopefully they smell good all the time, obviously. But a lot of you, there seems to be a little bit of a reset going on in terms of your partnerships, especially as we move into Aries season, and it's going to be blessed. The Sun and Venus, your ruler, are going to connect in your partnership zone, casting a beautiful light and a beautiful love-like energy into your partnership zone. So if you are on the market for a serious relationship, I don't really mean a fling, I mean something serious, and keep your eyes peeled around the second half of the month. And maybe it's someone, as I say, who's very attractive, very financially well off, per se. is something that you can kind of get from that. If you're dealing with a Taurus, I feel like there's a lot of work being done that's going to pay off in some capacity. Maybe it's that you're celebrating what's going on in a Taurus in their life, but I'm sort of getting this for you as a new beginning as well. So let's do an oracle card for you, Libra. Ooh, Aphrodite, inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So many of you could be thinking about taking dance lessons. You could be really into fashion at the moment, tailoring your clothes, adding new things to your wardrobe. Actually, to be honest, the full moon on the 28th of March is a wonderful time to get rid of things in your wardrobe to make way for the new. So let's have a look at what your animal spirit card is for the month. You've got two. Wow, you've got the lizard and the wolf. The lizard and the wolf. So the lizard is making me think about external validation. They're cold-blooded, right? Lizards are cold-blooded by nature. They need the heat to regulate them. So I'm thinking, Libra, with so much in the 6th house, pay attention this month to how your energy and your happiness is affected by your environment, where you work, where you live, who you relate to, because it's important to your inner being. And that's not to say that we don't have a degree of control in it. You know, we can try and be more regulatory for ourselves, give ourselves the validation that we need, give ourselves the love, the energy, the nutrients. Giving ourselves what we need is important this month. Make sure that you're not necessarily just looking for it externally, because Chiron can do that. It can trick you into thinking, if I just had this from somebody else, I'd be happy. The lizard is saying, look inward, figure out how you feel in the environment you're in and where you need to make changes. If your energy feels really off in an environment, maybe it's because that's not your place. That's not where you should be. Maybe for a lot of you, that's your living space at home. Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe you're not cleaning it enough. Maybe you need to crack a window open. Maybe you need to polish things, hoover, whatever those mundane 6th house related tasks are. Maybe you need to do more of that. Regulate your environment. Make sure that it fits you and who you're becoming. That can also go for clothes. Maybe you're letting go of some items that no longer fit who you are or who you are becoming. With the wolf card, there's a strong sense of loyalty in your reading. You're really focused this month on who is loyal and who is not, because it's affecting your new beginning. You want to go forward, Libra, into the astrological new year with people you know you can trust. People that are very grounded, very mature, very stable, and who are what they say they are. You know, the Ace of Swords is truth. You're getting really clear and really decisive on who you want to bring forward and who you can trust and who is loyal. A lot of you with the Empress and the Wolf are very protective over your children, or you are considering the environment or the relationships your children have around them, and you're just feeling very protective this month. You're feeling very protective of the people you love in general, and you're expecting that level of protection and loyalty from other people. And this is okay, but it's also to say that you should let others carve their own path, and you should also have your own path set out for you. So let's do one more oracle card before we hop into the extended. Anxiety. So you are feeling a little bit anxious about something. The full moon on the 28th will trigger anxiety around that time, so try not to act on it too much. With the 3rd chakra, if you're feeling anxious this month, focus on the things you can control that are mundane. Distract your mind by doing tasks, by cleaning, by sorting out your drawers, your wardrobe, your closet, whatever this is. Gardening, anything that is practical will take you out of your anxious mind and help you stay grounded this month, Libra. It's a very grounded time for you, and it will increase your confidence to do tasks that are considered kind of dull. I'll be honest, they're considered kind of dull, but this is the month that you can really make a lot of progress with those and also heal through them. But then we focus on the partnership aspect of this, and with the abundance card and the new beginning, there seems to be a beautiful new beginning for you in terms of all things Venusian: love, self-care, money, prosperity, abundance, children, growth, fertility, this type of thing. So if you want to know more about that new beginning, it will be linked in the extended. We'll go into the earth signs, the water signs, the fire signs, the air signs in the extended as well. So if you want to join me there, Libra, it's linked below. Have a beautiful March and take care. Bye.